Be careful what you wish for, Blue Jays fans. All of a sudden, with 40 games left in what has become a lost season, the Jays' starting lineup for Game 2 of their weekend series at Yankee Stadium featured recently acquired Billy McKinney leading off, rookie Danny Jansen behind the plate, and Richard Arena at shortstop, batting ninth. After clearing the bases with a hit and related error in the sixth, Blue Jay Billy McKinney was out trying to take an extra base at third, with Yankee Miguel Andujar applying the tag Saturday. The Bronx, Jim McIsaac, Getty Images. That rebuilding group was asked to face Cy Young candidate Luis Severino in what seemed like a mismatch, and it turned out to be just that. The Jays had a brief glimmer of hope, taking advantage of shaky middle relief, but the Yankees stretched it out to win 11-6 in the Bronx. Lefty J.A. Happ is scheduled to start Sunday, with New York looking to sweep, facing Jays rookie lefty Ryan Perutsky, his one-time protege. As for the Jays' starting rotation the rest of the way, reports indicate Marcus Stroman was affected by a middle finger blister in Friday night's rain-shortened 7-5 defeat and will likely miss at least his next start on the disabled list. The blister that has bothered him for the last several starts reduced his normally tall repertoire to 2 pitches. He managed just 4 innings and departed after surrendering a 4-run lead. Article continued below. The Stroman injury means the next man up for the starting 5 is likely lefty Thomas Pannone, joining trade candidate Marco Estrada plus rookies Perutsky, Sam Gaviglio and Saturday's losing starter, right-hander Sean Reid-Foley. There is still a chance Aaron Sanchez and Stroman will be back in September. Many fans have been urging the Jays to begin the inevitable rebuild, but are now chirping on social media about staying competitive. Curious will still watch on television and listen on radio. Folk critics who had been asking for this and now complain will stay home and turn their attention to the NFL and Maple Leafs. The jury is out on 22-year-old Reid-Foley, but the verdict on whether he will be able to take a spot in the rotation in 2019 needs to wait. His cause, over 2 starts, has not been helped by his teammates. Reid-Foley's first start in Kansas City was shaded by the fact that, in the words of Warren Zevon, he's just an excitable boy. Before his debut, he admitted to not being able to feel his body when the game started, encountering early focus issues. More was expected in his second start, even though it was at Yankee Stadium, with all of its amazing history and a pre-game ceremony honoring the 1998 Yankees, who won 124 games, including the postseason. Unfortunately, Reid-Foley was not helped at all by his defense. In the second inning, Jansen blocked a pitch in the dirt and then threw wildly into center field, allowing Gleyber Torres to reach third and setting up a sacrifice fly. In the third, Teoscar Hernandez, playing right field because it's less ground to cover, broke back on a leadoff fly ball by Giancarlo Stanton that landed in front of him. After allowing a couple of runs with 1 out in that inning, Jays manager John Gibbons went to the mound for a terse 30-second visit, to both settle Reid-Foley down and read him the riot act. Unfortunately, before Gibbons even sat down after the visit, Devin Travis had thrown one away at first base after fielding a grounder, prolonging the inning and leading to another run. Jangly nerves and shaky defense. Not a good combo. It's not just the pitching and defense that have been letting Gibbons and the Jays down. They have been running the bases like they have never been in certain situations, and mistakes have taken them out of innings. Article continued. Bello in Saturday against the tough right-hander Severino, who is very stingy when it comes to allowing base runners. McKinney reached first base with 1 out in the third and the Jays trailing by 3. McKinney was caught leaning toward second and picked off by Severino. Then in the 6th, as they mounted a comeback, McKinney cleared the bases on a single and an error, but was thrown out trying to make it to third base, ending the inning even though his run was not important, trailing by 3 once again. There's more. On Friday, veteran Curtis Granderson barely beat a tag play at the plate on a hard ground ball down the first baseline. with right fielder Neil Walker throwing through to the plate and the cutoff man not in position, Travis did not take advantage and move up to second base as fundamentals tell him he should have. Still more. In Kansas City earlier in the road trip, Granderson was not able to score from second base on a double by Justin Smoke because he had gone back to second base to tag up. With one out, it was the wrong play. He needed to be able to score from second if the ball landed safely. It hasn't just been the rookies. The Jays have been thrown out twice in the last couple of weeks on attempted hit-and-runs when hitters have swung and missed. When you're having trouble scoring runs, you try to force the issue at times and problems can snowball, as they have in subtle and not-so-subtle ways with this team. Being a major leaguer isn't just about being in the major leagues. Gibbons made the right move with Reid-Foley. Once the Yankees had already taken a stranglehold 6-0 lead, Gibbons allowed his young pitcher to go back out to the mound for the fourth and then to start the fifth, allowing solo homers to Stanton and Miguel Andujar. Reid-Foley was able to throw 96 pitches thanks to hard love. The Jays are 4-11 against the Yankees this season, and 4-12 against the Red Sox. In fact, facing L teams in playoff position, the Jays are 11-32. Against L also Rans, Toronto is 44-36. The good news for Jays fans is that 25 of the last 39 games are against teams not in postseason position. Richard Griffin is a sports columnist based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, @GriffinStar.